Hey, what's going on, guys? How's everybody doing today? So we got another Netflix movie on the docket here, and this one's called Pickpockets. And before I go any further, this is a foreign language film. There's some subtitles. I know some people aren't really into that. But for those of you that have been following me for a long time, you guys know I don't give a shit about that kind of thing. Because, I'm not an illiterate third grader. Much. But anyway, the basic plot of the movie is it's about this kid and his best friend who steal shit for a living. But the guy that they're stealing for doesn't really give them enough of a cut, so they get kind of disgruntled. But all of a sudden, this surveillance guy kind of comes across the main kid, and he teaches him how to pickpocket like a champ. So the cut that he's giving his boss is actually worth something because he's showing him how to do things properly, albeit illegally. But as the movie goes on, they take bigger and bigger risks, and then the security guy has some debts he needs to pay off, so there's some gangster ties, and then a whole bunch of crime movie shit happens, and that's basically your movie. Now, generally speaking, this is a really fucking good movie, actually. However, I did have some issues with it. First of all, the main character's family, they kind of touch on it, but there really wasn't a full arc. Like, it just kind of like poked you and it threw an appetizer at you, but it never gave you the full course. Like, it wasn't bad that it was in the movie, it's just I felt like it could have been handled differently or better. And also, the security guy, the tone of his character was really weird. I mean, it was okay because that kind of adds layers to the character so that they're not just one note, but it just felt a little off here and there. Honestly, I'm kind of nitpicking for that one. And also, there are some things that are a little bit paint by numbers in the movie. I won't go into, like, exact details, but there was an element of predictability in there. Other than that, though, this is a pretty fucking good movie, surprisingly. The movie starts with a bang, and then it takes a little bit while to get into the thick of it, so the pacing was good. I did almost fall asleep at one point, but I think that's just because it was late at night. Because as soon as the third act kicked in, I was, like, awake. And that is by far the best part of the movie, by the way. The entire third act and the very, like, ass end of the movie, fucking fantastic. And also what they did a really good job with was the relationship that the main character has with everybody in the movie. And each singular relationship, like whether it's with his best friend or the girl that they meet or the new security guy, like his relationship to all of them was very well conveyed, and his intentions and just everything they examined about that character was good. One other minor negative that I also had was between the best friend and the girl. I had a little bit of trouble caring about them because they didn't go too much into their background, so they kind of just felt like random stick figures. And I don't mean the acting was bad, I mean, and their function in the movie was really good, but you really don't know that much about them, so you don't ultimately care nearly as much. And another thing I wish they would have went more into detail on, but they didn't really have to, was the relationship with the main kid and his best friend. Because if I'm being honest, his best friend is kind of a douche canoe, so I actually question why they're friends to begin with. But also, I'm sure we all know those couples that have been together forever that are constantly fighting all the time. But then there's that one couple that fights all the time, but they stay together forever because ultimately they would still take a bullet for the other person. So maybe that's just the dynamic between the best friends. I don't know. But again, liked the movie a lot, loved the ending. So based on everything I've said, I'm gonna give it an 8.2 out of 10. There's several things that are very about the movie as a whole, but overall, it was a fun story, and the suspense, especially in the third act, was fucking brilliant. So I highly recommend this movie if you don't mind the subtitles. But anyway, guys, those are my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Have you seen this movie? Have you even heard of it? Hop in the comments. Let me know what's up. Other than that, if you like this review, give me a like, subscribe, do all that other bullshit, and I will catch you guys later.